Okay, well, we're back at the detention pond. We'll just call it mess because that's kind of what it's turned into, but it doesn't have as much water as what they said, but this is what it looks like right now. And my dad came over here Friday, and I guess, and buried all these downspouts, switching that ditch right there. And he's working on the box and everything for it to drain out and stuff. But now we've got, I guess, the prints that they gave me when we originally dug this out were not the finalized prints, because this is actually a town right outside of Joplin. So now they got to deal with one engineer draws them, emails them to an engineer that's out in this little town or whatever. And he kind of has to change it and finalize it, then send it back and everything. So there's just a lot of going back and forth and stuff like that. So, but now basically what we're going to do here is, it won't really have a berm or anything on this side. It's almost just going to carry this grade where the grass is at, and then just kind of have a 3-to-1 slope down inside of it. The new prints actually show this thing being just as wide at this end as it is down there, but we also found out that they just punch the coordinates or the size of the lot and the building into a computer, and the computer just generates the print for the detention pond. So when the engineers came out here and physically looked at it, they thought it was too big. So we can kind of change some of it and everything, but now I'm going to take some of this and start scraping down, because now they have it that the parking lot is actually supposed to be like a foot higher on the north end and 2 feet higher down there towards the south. It's like I said, they take the benchmark and everything from that sewer lid, and which is kind of what the street is, and then within like 15-20 feet it comes up 3 feet, and then from the, I guess I'll just walk over here and show you better because it's a little confusing, but that's what the plans are for today. But yeah, this is going to be the parking lot area here. And let's see what I got this. That's for up there. But yeah, right here, that's actually going to be up there, so it'll be a foot lower. The final grade's actually going to be about that duct tape, and then it will drop another 3 feet to the road, because this is going to be the driveway entrance just past this sign. So I guess I'll start taking that clay and running down here. I'm just going to kind of start everything at the telephone poles here and work my way back up to the building all the way down. And over there where my truck is parked, that has to all be cut down to get it the same height as this. And I've got everything with mark set up 6 inches low right now, because we're going to bring in 6 inches of base rock and compact it and put it down here for the final parking lot. And then I think in 3 years time he's going to come back in here and blacktop this. I guess it's just going to be base rock for right now. So we'll probably go back and get that big roller again and try to start rolling this stuff down. I think we may have to even get more dirt. It's going to be kind of hard to see till I start cutting on that. But then I've also kind of got to cut this, where, like I said, where my truck's, to get it the same height as the parking lot. But then I'm going to have to go back and cut and kind of reshape all that to get it to slowly and gradually drain down. They want to swell through the middle of it to catch all the storm water and everything. Then it's supposed to run into the detention pond. So like I said, this has kind of been a little bit of a fiasco, just because they keep changing the prints on me and everything else. And I'll actually, I'm sure you're not going to be able to read them, but I'll kind of show you. This is the revised copy of a revised copy, but it's not the final copy, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to read it, because I don't think this camera zooms in. But yeah, see, this is how they got the detention pond in the bottom, but this now is a foot higher than what this little piece is down here. And now they're saying they need a separate pipe on the back to run in there and riprap and everything at the end of that. But yeah, here's all the kind of the parking lot elevations, because they got the road at 1080.2, and then it's 1081, 82, 83, and then up here by the building's 84, which is 4 feet, yeah, higher than the bottom of the retention ponds. And they actually want a concrete swell through here, a trickle drain they call it, to go to riprap and then drain into this pond deal. But yeah, these are a lot different than the ones, I'll have to get the other ones out and show you guys, that I had last time. But basically all the storm water, there's kind of a low spot through here right now, which is just kind of straight out from that sidewalk about where that car's sitting. It is 2 feet lower right in front of the laser level. But you can kind of tell behind the backhoe and all the cars, that's kind of the lowest point where that water wants to run and runs down there. But then we're also going to have to address the issue of out there by the road, because they don't want the water running across the street to the neighbors, but it gets higher as it goes out. So for now, like I said, I'm just going to start moving that fill dirt and everything around the pond and getting that dug on that part of it, and then this half will come and start cutting. But at least I can kind of use the between the building and the telephone poles and everything kind of as my benchmark or a starting point, I guess. I'll kind of get that roughed in, come down here, start cutting on this and pushing it down there to the middle and everything like that, and then we'll just kind of keep shooting it as we go, and then building up out there along the curb. So that's if they don't change it anymore. So Well, here we are on morning of day 2. I'm trying to move the bank and get the parking lot roughed in. I got baby Huey over here today helping me out on the backhoe, trying to get some of this crap moved a little bit quicker, and then he can get back on the smooth roller, which I don't really know why we got, but yeah, start trying to flatten this out. I mean, you can see a little bit. It's kind of, I know the sun's blinding you, but it's kind of getting a little more. It's going to be a little more flat. To be a foot of fall from the bottom of that hill out to these poles, and then 3 feet out to the street. And we're still going to have to address the issue or do some sort of swell out there on the road, so we just don't force all the water over across the street. But yeah, that's what we got going on so far this morning. I'm not going to film all of it because it's going to be boring as hell to watch, because it's just going to be a lot of bucketing the dirt over there from the pond and dumping on that and rolling it in. So we'll get you a little update later on. It's my little lunch break update, but we kind of got more of a lift and everything put in here. But now we've got a revised, what are we on here? Revised, I don't know, 3rd or 4th time on a Prince. But so this time I've actually painted out where the driveway and everything's gonna go, which we kind of made it a little wider because there's not a lot of room for parking. But there's Brant right there. They actually had it set up to do diagonal parking. I think we're just gonna kind of buffer that. We'll have it up here on the building, and then is that where they can back out. But we have to, that white line has got to come up another 18 inches. So then it's going to kind of drop back. There'll be a swell and then slope back up by where the backhoe's setting, and then there'll be like a trickle drain or a swell that runs down to the pond that way. And then from the edge of that, I believe we're going to kind of make a ditch and put a swell through here. And then I think there'll be like a culvert pipe we're actually talking about putting in the drive they didn't have on the prints, and either running it out to that ditch or into the detention pond, because from where that mud's at, it starts gradually running uphill to the street. So we got to find some place to get that water. But I didn't know if we could come in here for people in the little cars or not, and have a swell, a steep ramp, and then a flat spot in the parking. So yeah, we'll just keep plugging away and throwing some more dirt and rolling it in, and see how it comes. Got my big helper there on the back. Oh, Brant, you gotta give him a hard time. All right, let's keep moving, crap. I guess this is actually working out. It's a time-consuming ordeal just having this loader in the backhoe, but it works. I guess I shouldn't complain about it. Like I said, I'm not getting a lot of video of bucketing the stuff over there like I did yesterday and rolling it in. Because basically it's the same thing I did when I filmed that, just times it by another 1,000 is what it seems like to get everything over there. So I'll just kind of do these little updates. I start doing the pond and everything like that, then I'll get in there and maybe take some video and stuff of that, and we'll get Brant on the roller or something. He's really enjoying running that thing, vibrating his teeth out and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll check in with you guys later and see what we got done. Okay, I don't know if this is actually going to work or not, but I've tried it a little bit. This is kind of my plan. I don't have the excavator here. I don't feel like using the backhoe, so I'm going to try to use the loader and just come in here and start cutting these sides out, kind of pushing that junk down in there, and hopefully kind of get my 3-to-1 slope that way, because we're kind of running out of the red clay and just getting to more of the dirt. So he's kind of dumping that on the front side of where the parking lot's going to be, down to the ditch. But yeah, I just kind of thought, I don't feel like driving all the way across town to get the excavator too. I may bring it tomorrow. So for today, we'll just kind of get back up here at the top and just, I should be able to kind of cut down a little bit at a time and just kind of roll it down in there. It should be a lot easier than trying to dig it out. So we'll see if we can't set the camera up and see if this is going to be a complete failure or not.